How are we doing this morning? My name is Jennifer. Here we talk about everything. And sometimes we do cards, sometimes we talk. Today is Sunday, so we're going to be on there Sunday. And I usually go live on Sundays. I have some time in a minute, and I'm going ahead. I have this channel, which is Believe Spirit, and I have another channel on YouTube, which is Spirit Counseling. I will be changing the name of that one as well because there's a lot of Spirit Counseling names out there. So I'll be changing that name again, probably next week. So just be prepared for that name change. And you're like, you keep changing your name, people aren't gonna know what to look for. And I'm like, I gotta find a name that works. Listen. You're like, go back to Manita Body. And I'm like, no, I'm not going back to Manita Body. I do have Manita Body on TikTok. That's my watch right there. So if you would like to see some Manita Body, you can go to TikTok. My Instagram is Jennifer Yvonne 2 with 2 N's at the Yvonne. I don't ever post on Instagram anymore. I stopped posting over a year ago. But you can check out those if you want to. Starting another Instagram page. I just don't get, that's not what I'm looking for. I will be back on Rumble, next year. It might be before next year, but for now we're just sticking with YouTube and TikTok, no Facebook, no Instagram, just our long videos are on YouTube and our fast videos are on TikTok. Like I said, we will be doing Rumble. Rumble doesn't let me do much with the equipment that I've got now, so I have to wait to get back on there. But I will be back on there. Give me a little bit. I'm having to put a lot of money out to some other things right now. So, my equipment upgrade is gonna have to wait until probably around the beginning of the year. But we're getting there a little bit at a time. This is Sunday. I hope you're doing well. This is supposedly one of the happiest days of your week. I'm also gonna give you some more information about Sunday, but you know what I did today? Let me tell you what I did. I drank some water before my coffee, and I'm about to make my first cup of coffee of the morning. Yes, my ass laid in the bed this morning, and going through a lot of therapy right now. Like, I'm going through some intense fucking therapy from everywhere around, and I recommend it to everyone. If you're wanting to make shifts in your life, you want to make a holistic approach to it, you need therapy. You need physical therapy, mental therapy, soul therapy. And not everybody can afford it, which is really sad, but it's a fact. And what I would like to do is share my story, my progress, so those of you who cannot afford to do it, have somebody who can tell you a thing or two on what you could be doing to help you along the way, and you have the results in front of you to know that they're there. No, I'm not going to show you my body right now. I just started. This is a 21-week cycle, and I'm on week 19. So I will let you guys know this is going to be, there's a lot going into this. A lot going into this. A lot of people have picked up my food tab, my taxi cab,
my healthcare tab, I'm going to one, two, three, four different doctors to help me get through all this stuff. For those of you who don't know, back in 2008 I had a back surgery. My back hasn't been right since. It's caused me a lot of issues. Right before I moved in here, I hurt myself. I didn't go do what I was supposed to do to get it fixed. It caused more issues. Um, this last year I spent trying to get it back together and it just wasn't working, and I found out that's because I was putting too much pressure on it that it wasn't ready for. Um, I messed my body up. Um, After that wreck, I messed my body up here. I was down on the floor crawling to the bathroom, and now we're finally getting somewhere. After all the bullshit, we're finally getting somewhere. Um, we were gonna do an herbal medication, which can and does help, but you guys know that my DOC is medication, and so when she said, the first thing that we'll probably do is find something for the pain, and I was like, oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. I was like, what about the cheese? That's what I'm like, I can do cheese, but which I mean, it's the same thing. I guess teas are the same thing as pills, but she's like, we put them in these little capsules, and I was like, you just turned me off. Thank you. I appreciate everything you're doing for me other than that, but you just said we put it in these little bitty capsules, and that just made my stomach turn and me turn the fuck off to talking to this girl. I'm not doing a pill game again. I don't care if it's got flowers in it. Do not hand me a fucking pill. Anyway, I am 7 years sober. I do have pain issues, but I will never take a pain medication. She's like, it's taking a time on extra strength, and I'm like, I used to snort those when I ran out of my Roxy's and Hydros and Percocets. Yes, I used to snort my Tylenols. I snorted all my pills. It's a rush. If you've never done it, don't try it. Don't do this at home on it. Okay, we're getting away from all that shit. This is the same shit that's killing our fucking favorite singers and football players. So don't do it, okay? I'm just asking. I'm not demanding. I'm not trying to force you into doing something that you don't want to be doing. I'm asking you to save yourself by using other people's lives as an example that drugs are bad for you. Even the ones that doctors prescribe you. This isn't a bitch fest. This is, I mean, if you want to do drugs, listen, let me tell you what you're going to get if you get drugs. You're going to make friends with people who don't really want to be your friends, and they're never going to come around when you need something, but every time you fill yourself up with, or fill your house up with whatever the DOC is, they'll be right there. They'll be your best friend. They'll tell you what you need to hear. However, if you get in trouble for that shit, you can mark your fucking word. That's the last time you'll ever see that motherfucker. They will not put money in your bail. They will not come check on your kids. And they will not call you a friend when you get the fuck out and you make the same mistake again. So, I'm going to give you a notice of pre-authorization that says, go live your life without the drugs. It's fun. It's cool. And you get to make friends that last forever, dude, because they don't die of overdose. And they're genuine, because you don't have anything that they need. They can get whatever they need from the store. I promise you, you can make friends when you're on drugs. I'm not saying all friends are not your friends. But when you're all stuck and it's a toxic connection that you're dealing with, which is, nobody does drugs, because we don't even need to go there. Don't do drugs. Just don't do that shit. I don't care if you have pain issues. There are ways to go around it. That's what I'm dealing with right now. My back, I have a disease. I'm going to be drinking juice instead of making it. tell you what. I'm doing my diet plan, my thing, and I'm bringing you guys with me. But your body won't heal. You will age faster. Your hair will fall out. Your teeth will rot out. Don't do that shit. Just don't do it. I've been sober for 7 years off of my DOC, which was pills. I've been sober off of alcohol for 5 years, and I've been sober off of cigarettes for 3 years. I can breathe better. The smell of cigarettes stinks these days. But I also smoke weed. I do smoke weed, so that does help me tremendously. But I'm in a state where it's legal. So, CBD might be good for some of you if you want to get to that, instead of doing the drugs. But from my understanding, we're like trying to dodge out of the weed too. In fact, like, no joke, I think, I have, 1 ounce and a quarter that I will be getting, and that will be the end for me. And that is a definite, that is a guaranteed project. I have 1 ounce and a quarter, cause I'm not going out with, I'm not gonna stop smoking weed. Based on low grade weed. So I'm gonna smoke it out, So it might give me a nice quarter that's gonna knock me for a loop and uncompress my back. But it will get me through the hardest part of the therapy that I'm going through so that I can get off of the weed. Which if, you know, like me, I'm smoking the weed because of my nerves and my back. So if I'm smoking the weed for those things and I'm going through the therapy to help me, she said that I'll probably need acupuncture forever, but they told me I'd be in a wheelchair in 2 years. Which, I mean, acupuncture, regular acupuncture, and cup, it prevents you from building up that stress, and that keeps your body flowing. So, you know, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. It's not like, you know, the drugs. It will keep you maintained. And when I get to the next level, that will be yoga. Right now we're working on my body. That's gonna be about 8 weeks. And then, after 8 weeks, I will be able to start putting yoga in with, which will just be like, we'll just be adding 1 or 2 exercises of yoga in after 8 weeks. Yes, we are taking it very slow. Yes, this is going to be a long process. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a back that has no cushion between each part of, like, you know how your vertebrae splits? Okay, well, there's no cushion between the vertebrae for me, except for the L5 and S7, which is where they told me it looks like, it's the same stuff that's put in breast implants, but it's in my back, and there's 2 of them. And they're in between my vertebrae and covered with a metal plate that is pinned to my spine with 2 screws. Yeah, I thought there was something wrong with me with my therapy when I was trying to do my own therapy. You know, like you get those vibrator things that help you release the tension in your back. That's how much tension is in my back. I can't handle having that thing on my back by itself. Like he has, like on the lowest grade, my back bounces to that thing. Like it sure, I was crying, dude. I was crying. I have my next thing tomorrow. I do that twice a week. I'm going through some intense therapy right now. But listen, I'm going to be in a position where I'm going to be able to, probably not till next year, but I'm going to be able to start walking and being able to like go on hiking adventures and not have to sit down every 2 minutes because my body feels like it's trying to crawl away from me while my spirit's sitting there. Like that's what it feels like sometimes when I'm walking. I just feel like my body just wants to just fall apart. My spirit just move through. This is also helping my hips, which are also deteriorating. I have degenerative disc disease, which they're this and my hips are now becoming a major issue with having sciatica on both sides of my legs too. So, yeah, we're dealing though, and we're getting through. And I'm doing it without the use of drugs. What happened? No. She did tell me I have to drink a glass of water, which I did before my coffee. I have to drink the water before my coffee. Then drink on my fruit. Well, I'm supposed to eat a piece of fruit, but I'm gonna drink some orange juice. Now,
gorgeous.
which boo-boo? Which butt right here? Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, my hips are, I've been having a been weird in my bed too.
There are 3 points that are. It's a V. We're getting victory over all of this stupidness. What are you doing? Let me get my lighter and we're gonna talk. 8 ounces of water before coffee and fruit before lunch. It's supposed to be your breakfast, but I have to smoke before I can eat. Like, I don't have an appetite without weed. That's another thing. I don't sleep, I don't eat, and I'm not without pain when I don't have my weed. But we'll figure it out. We'll get there. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. Oh my Lord Jesus, that's my first yaha. Thank you so much for that. Whew, I worked for that one. Listen, my channels are growing finally for the first time. Oh, I am not showing myself anymore until next year, but that is because I'm in the middle of a recomposition that is going to be absolutely fucking beautiful. Whew. Today we're going to be talking about some topics that are going to be controversial. And the reason that we're going to be talking about these is because, one, I'd like to know your opinion, and I am going to pay attention. 2, because a lot of people are going through similar things, and a rational mind is being requested as to how to deal with stuff like this, for not only myself, but for other people as well. Now, my first topic, I mean, we've already dealt with the drugs issue. My next topic is I want to keep doing this job. I've noticed how much me getting out here and talking about the controversies
is actually assisting people. Um, I don't like the drama. I don't do drama. And I don't want to be a part of drama. But I do want to help people with their drama. I want to help people. I want to help animals. My big thing is I'm like not going to tell you everything that's going on with my life. I'm not going to do that anymore. I had to find a happy medium. I don't agree with what all is going on out there. We got 1555. I don't completely agree with everything going on out there, but I do agree with so many people out here trying to make a difference in their lives and make it better out there.
You heard that?
Listen, if you were interested in figuring out whether or not I'm having to find new places to hang old toys because I have more cats getting legs and able to move to different spots now, so I know, what am I supposed to do here? Okay, just think a minute to figure it out. I did. Oh my goodness. Believe all things are possible. You better, because if you don't, how are you going to get anybody else to believe it? Listen, I'm just trying to help you out, just a little. I guess. Welcome to live TV, where you never know what's going to happen. And you must be prepared for everything. Woo! Lord have mercy. I'm not supposed to. So we're changing the way we are getting our stuff. Put some cabinets on. Taking off the countertops. Yes, that's what I said. We're taking it off the countertops and putting it in the cabinet. Holy shit, biscuits. So I can read my little memos on the boards. Read all things are possible. Keep the butter out of the stores. What are you doing? You look at you so big now. Oh my God. Babies, yeah, look at that, my big babies. Yeah, oh, you're such good babies. You're such good babies. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. I love you. I love you. Are you all? Hold on.
Let me show you. Good morning. Good morning. Let me show you what I'm talking to. That right there. Hold on. Adam's in there too. Oh wait, we got Gentle and Adam. And before this reading is over, every cat that I have will be on this table. I have had to switch my table from a small table to now a large table and move my stuff farther into the living room. So, all right. And somebody said left the building. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I love my babies. I do. Oh, nice. They love me too. Alright, so I am finding things to do right now. You're not going to see me because what we're going to be talking about. Wow. Hello. Yeah. No. Have it sent to them like I don't know when this address is. Or have them send it so that your mail stays at the post office and you have to go to the post office to get it and use your no, because you'll lose it. Get the post office to hold your mail. And then you can go pick up your mail every day. Or a couple of times a week. 'Cause yeah, 'cause she's feeling real good yesterday. Thank you guys for holding on. Yeah, they're hearing every word that you're saying right now. So that, like, yeah. Call me back. I'll call you when I get home. Alright. You'll be alright. Just keep the door shut. I'll see you in a few minutes. you guys. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Let me get this started again. Alright, what we're going to be talking about is relationships and business. And health. Now, something I'm dealing with right now is my health. And the one thing that I'm dealing with when it comes to my health is it's hard for me to be able to move around for me. It's hard enough just to be me right now. And I'm developing, even though I try to fight with it every day, I am developing a major liking to being a light for people, being able to be who I am and share my experience and it helping other people to lighten their load, to make their experience better. In this journey that I'm going on right now, there's probably, I laugh about this a lot, but on a serious note, I probably couldn't have sex right now, even if I wanted to. My body couldn't handle it in a way that I would actually enjoy it. I know that I'm not the only one out there who's had these issues before. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, how does that work? Your person is able to go out and floozy around and do whatever, and you accept it knowing that you can't provide that? Or should they have to do without because you're doing without? Do you, if you're single, stay single knowing that you can't provide somebody with the full package in the condition that you're in and you don't know if you'll ever be able to provide that? Or do you find somebody willing to deal with that? Do you stay to yourself and try not to go around people because you know you're different? Like, I can't really make friends. I can be your associate. My best relationships are money. And that's because for me, that money is in exchange. Like everybody else. But with me, it keeps a border of, there's a certain set of rules that I apply to people I fuck with when it comes to money. And there's a certain set of rules that apply for the people I call family. And a certain set of rules for the people that are my friends. It's a moral thing. Like, I don't, like, you can do certain things with your family that you can't do with your boss. You can talk about certain things with your friends you can't talk about with your family or your boss. Stuff like that. It's like, it's general stuff. You do the same thing. I'm going to be in and out of messages. There's a lot of times that throughout the next 19 weeks, you're going to be seeing me pop in and out. It's not always going to be on the same channel. Not every channel is going to get the same load. I'm going to, over the next 3 weeks, I know, going to be hitting some gruesome amounts of pain. And that's why I'm like, I have probably another, I'm going to safely say another month of weed left to get me through the first barrel, and then when we go to round 2, then I'll get 1 more ounce, and that'll last me throughout the next month. By 2025, I will no longer be smoking weed. But I don't want to put myself in a position where I need something for the pain and I don't have something for the pain. And I go to the street. I'd rather have that weed sitting in my drawer to go to than take a chance on being in too much pain and freaking out and going and getting a pill instead. So I may end up having a bag of weed in my drawer for the rest of my life, but I'll never take a pill again. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So for those of you out there who need a crutch, fucking get your crutch. When I did my physical therapy, and this dude is like for real, legit, trying to help me. He fixed my broom because I don't have cane, and I had to order a cane because that's how much pain I'm in right now with my back. Like he's trying to get me to do exercises, and in order to do the exercises he's trying to get me to do, some of them, I have to have help with the pressure. So we're working on getting a cane for that. That's an example right there as to, like, I can't have sex right now. There's no way that I can have sex right now. Being able to be held by somebody would hurt right now. Holding my own body up hurts right now. So how do you bring something like that into a relationship? If it's already established, you have something to go on. But if it's something that's new, you don't really have much to go on. And men get bored very easily. Women do too. But men get they get bored real quick. And when you have somebody who has to spend the next 6 months rehabilitating her entire system, like, you go with other people. That's what I'm dealing with right now. I don't have what it takes to provide that part of the relationship. I have mental issues that I'm dealing with. I don't have the oomph to fight anybody for anybody. To fight to keep anybody in my life, or to fight to push them away. I don't have a fight left in me other than to fight for the health to continue to exist. And I don't want to put anybody in a situation where they feel like they're missing out on something because they're dealing with a handicap itch. My body has put me through a lot. But I'm here and everything is good and we're getting better. And I'm doing things right now that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they told me I would never be able to do, but I've done it. And now I'm putting my body into a position where I'm going to be able to contortion this motherfucker. When I was a kid, I used to be able to put both legs behind my head. I used to put my body in a position where I could rock. I couldn't quite get myself to roll, but I could rock. Like I'd be in a complete circle and I would rock. I'd be able to rock like a rocking chair. And when I would do the splits, my legs would go up above my hips. It looked like a V. My dance instructor was like, "Oh my God, how are you so flexible?" I used to love doing the stretchers like they have, and I'm gonna get into those. They have these leg straps that they use in gymnastics to strengthen your core and to get you to do splits where you don't have the floor, like it's easier anyway. That's how I learned how to do the splits, was the leg straps. And you can go all three ways. And like my teacher, she was like, "Oh my God." I want to get back to that. But I have to be able to walk right without being in a lot of pain first. And I needed to clarify what I've been going through. A lot of you have been throwing a lot of hate, a lot of you're lazy, you're this, you're that. Mm-mm. My body is going through a metamorphosis right now in all aspects. It's the holistic approach to this, where the entire thing is going through an upgrade. So I'm not ashamed to not show you my face right now. I'll show it every once in a while. I'm not going to show you my body until 2025. You know what it looks like, what it looked like a couple months ago. It hasn't changed much, but it will change by the time you see me again. I don't want to be anybody's burden, but I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of me being their strength. I love being able to know that I'm helping people, and I'm asking you to be supportive of me right now and accept that I can't be on here every day, because there's days where I'm hiding, that I'm in so much pain. I want that pill. I'm not in hiding because I've done that pill. I'm in hiding because I want to surprise you with what I've been doing behind the scenes. In a couple months, you'll be able to notice a difference. But if I keep showing you right now what I'm doing, in a couple months, you won't see it as clearly. I have dealt with a lot over the last year, including the past coming back and saying, "Oh, what, me? You? What? I didn't do anything wrong." To them accepting the fact that, yes, you did. And I wasn't absolutely correct, and I've fixed myself on that as well. And that's a part of the fire that's burning through me, to get myself in a position where I feel more worthy of being a part of the position I've been put in to help others get through the darkness I've already been through. To talk about the subjects that nobody wants to talk about. You know, we have a lot of people right now that are dealing with the sex issue. There's a lot of cheating going on. Well, I don't have answers to all of that. I've been cheated on by every person I've ever been with. And I don't believe that cheating is something it's ever going to go away. The reason it's never going to go away is because, for multiple reasons, it doesn't really exist. And you say, wait a minute, what? What if we're handling marriage all wrong? And maybe that's why cheating exists. Because like me and many others out there, there's people out there with rheumatoid arthritis, people out there with Parkinson's, people out there with anybody out there that has nerve conditions or pain afflictions where you touch them and it makes the pain worse. Okay, that's what I'm dealing with. When people touch me, it makes the pain worse. It's not out of meanness. It's not out of I'm a hateful person. It's out of that's the status that my body is in right now. And until it gets fixed, I can be as curious as I want to, but the experience is going to suck if I try to commence. So, this motherfucker. Listen, not supposed to burn at both ends. Because what are you going to do to get to the middle? I did that. Yes, I did. I didn't do it on purpose. But it happened. Alright, it's fixed. I had to lose a little to gain a lot. Get those fucking words in there. Who cares if somebody else said it? If it makes you feel better, if it fits the story, fucking use it. Words are spoken to be used. Another thing that we're going to be talking about as well, but let's get back to the sex right now. And the touching and the feeling. My body can't do that right now. We can have a conversation that can knock our socks off. But I can't touch you. You can't touch me. And it's probably not going to happen until by next year. My activity levels are... I don't like a lot of people around me. I like to do a lot of things, but not have a lot of people involved in it, if that makes sense. And it's not just a sex thing. Like, at this point, my body couldn't handle, like, if I were to become a musician, take music full time, that comes with terrors. Wow. Tours. It does come with terrors, as I've noticed. Like, that's just like, wow. Anyway, my anxiety levels and the level that my body is right now, I couldn't withstand that. So I watch all these girls be able to do that, and I'm like, I think that's part of why I got so mad, is because I know that I'm good at what I do, but I also know that I don't have what it takes right now. I don't have the stamina, the patience for a tour. My body won't, like, I was getting paid $20 an hour, over $20 an hour, and had killer fucking benefits when I was welding. It took me 3 weeks to burn the fuck out so much that I had to sleep for 2 weeks. It's not a lazy thing. It's my body doesn't let me do it. I literally worked for 3 weeks and slept for 2 weeks. And then tried to go back to it again, and my body won't let me work that many hours. My body will not let me put out that amount of work. I'm not who I used to be. But when I get done, I'm gonna be better than what I used to be. And I need you to be patient. That was really hard to say. I am known to be one of the strongest women in my community. Stack wood, break wood, rock, metal, garbage. If it's a man's job, I've probably done it. Construction, roofing, flooring. I love being in a man's world, dude. I fucking thrive on a steel toe on my foot, dude. Makes me feel so fucking good. Oh my god, outside of a pair of Skechers to fucking put in a car. Listen, those are the beats in my shoes. A pair of Skechers for racing, steel toes for working, and barefoot for singing. That's just how I like it. And that's how we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna keep these stations up and going. I'm gonna need y'all to be patient with me because, like, through all this therapy, I'm also going to be going through a lot of emotion because my body, as it starts to move and the flexibility and the toxins start to remove themselves from my body, the more water that I drink, the more I exercise, all of that is going to be shaped in everything in my existence. I'm asking you to join me on this journey. Yes, I switch all over the place. Welcome to ADHD. And know that you're not alone in a lot of the things that you're dealing with. And that it's not because you're a bad person. It's because it's what you're going through. And if you weren't strong enough to go through it, you wouldn't be going through it. And it doesn't matter how many times I tell you, until you reach that moment of feeling like this did make me stronger, you're gonna tell me to fuck off anyway. But it's gonna make you stronger. This journey's been making me stronger every day. And I've finally reached the level of being able to get rid of this pain after I've had to go the last, January is year 8 that I have been without pain meds for this pain. I've done it. I've done it. I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I did it. And now I finally get to know what it's like to start living without pain for real. Now I know how to deal with it, and I know how to accept it, and I know that it puts me in moments that I have to make decisions that aren't like everybody else. You know, if I have a partner, I have to be okay with them sleeping with somebody else. If I want to do certain things, I have to be okay with the fact that if it's going to be long trips, I have to take a wheelchair. It won't always be this way, but for the next 6 months to a year, I'm going to say 6 months, not even 6 months, the next 90 days. But over the next 6 months, I'm not going to be hiking no 2-mile hike. But by this time next year, I'll be ready for a 5-mile hike In fact, we'll make that a goal for a 5-mile hike next year at this time. I think Detroit even has a place that you can go. It's right outside Detroit. I wouldn't have to leave the state to go, but most definitely go somewhere and hike a 5-mile hike. I walked 22 miles to get this apartment over a span of 2 days. And I paid for it. I'm not gonna keep paying for it. I want you to join me. I want you to be a part of this. And I want you to work on yourself while you're doing it. I want those of you out there who are dealing with, some of you have mental issues where you want somebody to be a part of your life, but the part where that comes in, you're just not okay with it. If you love your partner, you have to let your partner be able to do what is okay for them and let them come into you in the way that they can come into you. When you have certain things that go on in your life that put you in a position where your life is going to be different than others, you have to be willing to accept that. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be in your 30s, you can be in your 60s, and you can even be in your 90s. And suddenly, you know, maybe you've been together and you've never cheated, but now all of a sudden you've got this, well, he's in this position or she's in this position and it's not okay, but you have these needs. People have needs. And when they're not met, it causes more issues. Does that mean that that can build a relationship with that other person? Yes, it does. But that could be a relation that everybody is involved in. And if you're not okay with them having a relation, it's something they can keep from you, but you know that they're being satisfied. It's not easy being broken and loving at the same time. It's not easy to be in a relationship with somebody when you cannot provide for them what you want to be able to provide. On so many occasions, that is a reason for separation, is because people feel like they don't have what it takes and they're not willing to try avenues they've never been on before to try to make it work because of what society might say. Now, I'm not saying if your relationship is fine to go out there and find somebody to fuck, it's okay to go out here and just be, it is really okay to be whoever you want. And honestly, if you took out infidelity of marriage and just had marriage, you guys share a house and whatever, you're like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you took infidelity out of marriage, there'd be a lot more marriages that lasted, and there would be a lot more healing going on, because that guilt and shame and ridicule, it brings in a lot more problem than necessary. Men are not built to be monogamous in most cases. You're rarely gonna find a man who is genuinely fucking happy the whole time you're married with just having you. And ladies, I don't care how old you are, please don't get on here acting like you're holier than thou and your pussy is the best pussy in the fucking world and your man has never looked at another woman. You will be made a fool of so quick, they won't even be able to turn your page to watch 2 episodes of somebody else's. Please don't do that to yourself. Every man has his thoughts, his feelings, and his desires. And in most cases, the woman that he loves and the woman that he wants to fill those desires with is not the same. The woman he wants to be at home with and spend the rest of his life with is not the woman he wants to turn into his sex slave. And he's not going to feel comfortable with bending you over and whooping the fuck out of your ass with a whip or chaining you up, and then the next day y'all going to church together. Some might be okay with that. But in most cases, that's a side of them that they're ashamed of even wanting. So they don't want you to see it. So they go to somebody else who's okay with seeing it. Confirmation. Are y'all ready for a laugh? Because I really am. Here we go. That's what fell. Ole. 101.33. Ole. It's something that needs to be cleared up. And in time it will be. This is something that needs to be shifted. That doesn't mean go out here and be a whore. That doesn't mean that everybody is meant to be having multiple people in their life. But it means that you all need to sit down and have conversations and figure out what you want in life. Yesterday I watched a video, and it was talking about how you have a man in your life, and he does stuff that he doesn't want, that he knows isn't a good thing, and he keeps you away from it. That means he cares. If he lets you be involved in it, that means he don't give a shit about you. That hit me real hard. Because my job is to help others. And part of that job is to be on social media. And social media is causing a lot of issues for a lot of people. And I'm being asked to refrain 1 minute and to be okay the next minute and not to go live, and like the fear for my life is there a huge amount, and that happens to be another reason why I'm like, okay, well, this motherfucker obviously gives a fuck, because the work done to prevent me from being able to, and the reasons behind it, everything that I've been stopped from, the different jobs that I got prevented from, put me in better positions and saved me tremendously from being hurt worse than what I am now. Like, I can't imagine what my back would be right now if I would have stayed on that welding. I can't imagine what my hand would be like, or how much money a company might have had to pay out if I would have been able to paint, if I would have got my paint booth. My arm cannot do 8 hours of painting. So that's my painting, my collision repair, and my welding gone. My hand and my back cannot handle those jobs. For a little bit at a time, sure, I love doing those things, but my body cannot handle doing those full time. So those being dismissed from my life, cool. The social media thing, people are getting smacked for the things that they're saying. Like, I don't want you on there. This is a protection mode. And here's the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here. If my mate feels threatened in any way by my presence on social media, he will ask me to stop or do something to make sure that it gets stopped. So I'm asking you now, as this starts to begin to bloom, to please respect that, because these things can and will and have proven to be factual, that like the mistreatment and mishandling is gonna get me kicked off the air, and I want to stay on the air. And so, just as much as I love you guys, I need you guys to love me back. Keep the hate to yourself, turn it into love instead, and try to work on yourselves and keep the hate off this station, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to stay live and be able to keep the station going. Because as soon as he starts to see that I might be in danger, he's going to pull the plug on this. So I need you to understand that I'm here on borrowed time. And things are finally working out for me in my life. I want you to be supportive. For those of you that things are working out in your life, I support you completely. There are many of us that we were in a time where we had nobody, we had each other. And now we get to watch each other grow and come out of all of this darkness. And I want to be a part of that. I don't want to have gone through all this fucking bullshit, and now that things are finally starting to settle down, the people I went through the shit with aren't allowed to see that part. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. You guys have been there, and I'm not talking about the fuckheads. I'm talking about the genuine motherfuckers who are rolling from day one, rolling on the way whenever they came in. All y'all. Like, this station I hadn't posted on for 9 months. And switched to another channel. Now I have both channels, and it seems, I've got people that came from one channel and went to the other channel, and vice versa. It's gonna, I have both channels going. I have more subs on the other channel, so I will go live on there. When I get 15 more subs, I'll be able to start going live. So if you want me to go live on Maneva or on Spirit Counseling, I need 15 more subs. I need actually 17. I need 17 more subs to go live. And that will be exciting. I'll be excited. I don't know what we'll do for the first live, but I will make sure it's an extended 2-hour live event where we will pull cards, we will talk, we will make coffee. We'll do something special. I haven't figured that out yet, but when we can get to live on my other channel, that would be excellent. So, when I'm able to do live on that channel, this one will stay on Sundays, that one will be on Saturdays. College football, baby. Anyway, because we're so far in, I'm not going to pull any cards. I will come back on later today, probably this afternoon, this evening, 5 or 6 o'clock, and I will do an evening reading that will get us through the week. It will be a spirit read, all about ourselves, what we need to hear from spirit, any kind of symbols that maybe we need to look into, things that we need to keep moving through, things that we need to start working on, We're gonna get all that later on this evening. But I did want to wishy-washy these topics because these are topics that are definitely in need of conversation. So let's get on those conversations. I am going to post a small reading on the other two channels today, real quick, and I will post a short reading as soon as I get off here for this channel. And then I will see you guys later this afternoon for another live. Until next time, I send you guys much love, light, and happiness. Oh, there it goes.